Landlords in New York. Many of you are aware that the eviction moratorium in the state of New York is over. And now tenants and their advocates are in a freedom frenzy. They're trying to go into hibernation. They're trying to do everything that they possibly can in order to benefit the tenants even more than what they've already been benefiting over the last couple of years without having to pay rent or having to be evicted for damaging or not paying rent. They're looking for more ways. Well, in our video production today, we're going to share with you one of those ways that they're trying to manipulate the system and manipulate landlords to benefit themselves. A social media follower and friend of ours, who will go unnamed because his case is pending, reached out to our team yesterday with a proposed settlement that his attorney, who he's paying good money for, sent to the attorney who the tenant is paying no money for to enter into a stipulation. Now, this stipulation solely benefited the tenant. Well, of course it would. Of course it would. That's what the other side, that's what her attorney wants, so they're trying to reach a happy medium. The three proposals, the three demands that this tenant wants from this landlord are the following. 1, she wants to be able to stay in the dwelling until March 15th, 2022, with paying no rent whatsoever. Approximately another 2 months, close to 2 months from now, without having to pay any rent to the landlord. That was stipulation number 1. Stipulation number 2 is she wants the landlord to give her $5,000 to say bye-bye. That's what she wants. And stipulation number 3 in this agreement that she wants is the over $20,000 that she owes in rent. She wants that waived now and forever. So basically, she wants the landlord to be out $25,000, stay another couple of months without paying any rent whatsoever, and if the landlord does not agree to that, they're going to stretch this eviction out as long as they can. This could be another 3, 4, 5, 6 months to have them lose money. Now, we alluded to, a few months ago, we did a video called Cash for Keys. And that is when the landlord gives the money to the tenant in order for the tenant to leave. We at the Landlord Advocates, and me personally, find cash for keys to be repulsive, disgusting, abhorrent, any other negative adjective you can put to that, do it. We call it extortion. You're extorting the landlord and it's legal. It's disgusting. But we understand why some landlords would do that. They're going to cut their losses now rather than have greater losses later. And if you have to do that, we respect you. We're here for you. We respect it. We don't like it, but we're here for you. And here is where we have told our social media friend what we want to have added to this stipulation. Because it wasn't added in, but we want him to add it, and we're telling you, if you are entering into a proposition, the same thing here, we want you to add these 3 factors into that stipulation. If you do not, you can be up thousands and thousands of dollars. So follow these 3 additional stipulations in favor of the landlord in order to benefit yourself in any proposed stipulation that you have to get the tenant out earlier than what you would get through in a court process. We told our friend to add into this that the $5,000 would be put into an escrow account held by the landlord's attorney. This is to ensure that the tenant does leave on or before midnight on March 15th, 2022. And if she doesn't leave by midnight, March 15th, 2022, she does not get the $5,000. We do not want any landlord to give over any money in the cash for keys scenario, or even a stipulation in court, without having that tenant out of the property completely before you give that money up. Don't do that. The other thing that we told him to do is we want to have proof that she is out on or before March 15th, 2022 at midnight. If she's not out, the landlord should go there with a copy of that newspaper, March 16th, 2022. Bring a copy of the newspaper, bring your video cameras, bring proof that they're still there, vehicle's there, cars there, lights around, people in and out, whatever it is. But also in those videos and pictures that you take, have a copy of that newspaper. Take a picture of the front page completely, a picture of the name of the newspaper, and another one of the date. So you far away, closer, closer, in transition to show that it was the same newspaper. And at the same time, have the background of the property that this tenant has not left from in there, so the judge and the court can look at the entire picture to see that they have not left the property on or before midnight of March 15, 2022. Other thing that we wanted, that we told him to add to this stipulation that is so juicy and so great, is that if you can prove to the court, who cares if you gotta go back, who cares? If you can prove to the court that the tenant did not vacate the property on the time and date that she said she would, then that tenant would get a judgment, in this case, against her for $20,000 in back rent. There will be no waiving of rent because you did not live up to your agreement, so why should we have to live up to the agreement that you chose not to? And also, the other thing that we told him to do is, in court, when this stipulation is read aloud and agreed to, the landlord should also ask the court for a warrant of eviction staying until March 16, 2022, so the sheriff can come on that day and throw them out. If in court you wait for the warrant of eviction, let's see what happens on that day, then she doesn't leave, you go back in the court, you get the warrant of eviction, now your tenant can be in there for another 3, 4, 5 months. You want to have, when the sheriff can come the day after, to remove this tenant from the property because they did not leave on 3/15/2022, like they agreed to. So we told the landlord to include that in there, and you do the same thing. You either were not giving her any money until they clearly proved that they had left the property, and then our attorney would give her that money, or the court would give her that money, however, who's ever going to have the money in the escrow account, that will happen. Number 2, we want to prove that they've left and given us the keys back to the property, that they're gone, and that we have the warrant of eviction signed and ready to go, that the sheriff throw her out, and the marshal and the constable, on the 16th of March or thereafter, shortly thereafter, and that the landlord will get a judgment for the amount of money that this tenant wanted him or her to waive in lieu of, I'm leaving by this date. Have that added to any stipulation that you may have, so that it balances it out. Now, if the tenant or the tenant's attorney hems and haws about that and bitches and complains, no, this is wrong, no, then we know that the tenant had no intention to live up to their agreement to be out by that date. We've seen it numerous times in our 30 plus years in business. We've seen it happen. When a tenant proposes to us, we say, well, this is what we're going to have if we don't do that, and they bitch and complain. Well, then we tell them, well, you had no intention to live up to the agreement, because if you did, what we want would not matter. It would not affect you at all. So do that, and then you'll be able to see if the tenant was sincere on what they were willing to do. If they say, no, we don't agree to that, then you should not agree to a settlement like that at all. But we leave it up into your hands, your minds, and your legal counsel's mind to decide what you want to do, because each case can be different. Each one is. You may need to move into the house, a family member may need to move in, you lost thousands of dollars, you have somebody ready to move in, whatever the variables might be in your favor. In order to do this, that's up to you. But we want you to put these additional stipulations in to benefit you, the landlord, so that you don't get shafted any more than you already have over the last couple of years. As you know, landlords, we're here for you. We're here with you. We ask that you subscribe to our channel, hit the like button and the notification bell, share this channel with other landlords, share this video with other landlords. A 6 to 10 minute video can actually save landlords thousands of dollars. Until then, take care.